Is it good to get right back on the court after one like last night where you rallied and were so far back? You weren't just intense.
I think it's one of the benefits of playing and coaching in this league is you have to move on to what's next regardless. We did a pretty good job of that when things went our way the other day in Cleveland, and we'll see how we respond today. Obviously, really tough opponent. I thought our guys played great in the fourth quarter to give us a chance to win, and just came up a little bit short yesterday.
What's been the key to putting this team to respond so well the second year back to back?
Don't talk a lot about it. Game's on the schedule. Expected to perform and be a pro, and excuses aren't a part of that. So we don't talk about it. We made it a big point of discussion early on a few years ago about hey, let's be the best at not making excuses and just trying to play well. And so that's the way we've gone about it. So I don't think we've mentioned back-to-back much other than saying we expect to be very good on the second night of back-to-back. Yeah, again, that's Jay and Ed, and then I get told whether or not they're available. So that's, I don't think Eddie would risk that. Obviously, when you have a twisted ankle, at any time that could twist again, but that's with anybody. But they'll take every precaution. He wouldn't be in that. He wouldn't be on the court if they didn't both think that he was okay to do that.
They've got an appreciation for what guys like Doc and Paul mean to this franchise. Russell really well. What sort of significance does it have to you that they're back?
I think it's one of the fun things about coaching in Boston is seeing the passion for all of the former players that come through, and certainly, in coaches. When you see a guy like Paul, who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and all that he meant to this franchise and continues to mean to this franchise, it's amazing, and it's fun to see the reception they get. And Doc's been one of the better coaches in this league for a long time. He's had a great career as a player and a coach, and to be able to experience what those guys experience together here is really special. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed is watching those guys enjoy coming back and watching the reception that they receive.
Brad, you talk about taking from other coaches a lot and trying to implement the ways you're doing. Is there anything you've stolen or taken from Doc?
I can't recall anything specific, but I'm sure there is. I mean, everybody that I watch, every team that I've ever watched as a coach, I've stolen something from, or tried to run a play that they run, or tried to do something that they do. It doesn't always look as good when Redick's not running off that screen, or Chris Paul's throwing a lob 15 feet in the air to DeAndre Jordan. But it feels good on paper, and it looks good in theory. But he's one of the best at drawing stuff up. He's great at getting his guys to play. He's really good. I don't get a chance to see them a lot just because of we only play them twice a year, and for whatever reason, our schedule has been such that we haven't seen them play as we get ready for other teams a lot. But when I do, certainly, you're always looking at stuff he does. He does a great job.
You mentioned the lobs and DeAndre Jordan. The Clippers lead the league in 99 completed alley-oops, and you guys allow the team to spin up on this. What do you guys do so well to prevent easy alley-oop stunts, and what do you have to do to prevent that?
Well, I think there has to just be a team-wide commitment to protecting the rim first. That's really hard because what these guys will do is they'll put, Chris Paul with the ball. They'll have Paul Pierce, Jamal Crawford, and J.J. Redick standing around the lob. So who do you help off of? What do you do? You got to change up how you're playing. You got to be into the ball. You got to impact the ball. The reason that their offense is flowing so well is because you have all that skill around the rim roller. If DeAndre Jordan's rolling and you got three guys that can't shoot standing there, it's not as effective. So it all works together. It all works in concert. It's a heck of a team and a hard team to guard.
Brad, you win 9 out of 11. Tonight's the last game before the break. Does this any other importance to playing well and getting a win?
Playing well is important each of the next 28 games as we get ready for the end of the season. And you guys know that have been around me a lot. I don't hopefully deviate a whole lot game to game. It's about this next game. It's about trying to play good basketball as a team. We didn't do enough of that yesterday, although we did it at times exceptionally well. It just came up a little bit short. The challenge is great tonight. Last year we didn't have a prayer against these guys. They were beating us 35 here. So very tough team for us to play against. And if we don't play well, it'll show itself.
Brad, you have 8 days off after tonight. Do you have any plans other than watching a lot of film?
I'll watch to get ready for the 3 West Coast teams that we're playing, or the 3 teams in the Western Conference that we're playing on the road. I'll delve into us a little bit more, and look at how we can improve for the stretch run here, the last 1/3 of the season. And then I think our guys and us, it's all important to take a deep breath. This has been quite a stretch in January and early February that we've been on. So I think being able to get to rest a little bit and get mentally freshened up is important for the coaches and the players.